Hello everyone and welcome to the map Pride of Altaris. Joining me today, two professional Zerg players that barely need an introduction, and goodbye, Roddy. In the upper left corner, the red Zerg player, it is Dark. And his blue Zerg opponent in the bottom right, none other than Solar. Dark versus Solar. A battle of the bugs. A battle for Zerg supremacy. Dark. Where is this drone going? Are you doing a gold? Oh my word. Dark. Absolute madness already. Hatch first. It is a hatch first. You cannot debate that. It's a macro build. It's economically focused, right? But it's a little sneaky, a little shady. Have to see if that comes into play. Solar, if he scouts it, there are a few options you can do. You can either, try and double up on your greed, maybe take your own gold or multiple bases at once. Or, the more likely option, I think, to get aggressive, try and punish it. Do you instantly start flooding Zerglings, Banelings, Roaches, or do you go for a more aggressive mid-game style with Mutas? We'll have to wait and see. There's no telling what's in store. These two, very good, very world-renowned for their Zerg plays. That's a lot of drones transferring. Will they beat the OV? No, they don't. Solar sees the drone transfer. This OV instantly shifts. Says something's not quite right here. So Solar now going to see no natural for Dark. Says, but where were those drones going? Do drones normally just go out on the map in packs of 10? Not usually. Does get a few Zerglings across. Dark likewise sending a couple Lings. He spotted the creep. Solar spots the creep from the edge of the gold base. Able to see that. So now he knows. He knows it was a gold base. The Lings get in as well. There is one queen here. Should be more than capable handling a couple Lings. Going for the Bane Nest, both players, but I believe Solar Evo Chamber was cancelled. What are you doing? Flooding Lings, 20 Lings coming out now. Aggression is on the menu. Dark responding, building some Evo Chamber, Bane Nest wall over here. Queen's in a great spot to be able to defend most of this, but the problem with this is if those buildings complete, she's also trapped. Banes are coming. They could try and bust down the buildings, but I think the more juicier target might be going for the main base. Dark has Banes of his own. He's trying to morph them in. Zerglings can't get a full wraparound on the Queen. A Bane connection to start things off. Dark gets some Lings into Solar's bases. Well, Natural going to have to be evacuated. Drones are dying over here. Solar now is the one taking damage. Queen's in a good spot, though. I don't think she's going to make it. No, Queen. Regicide on the field. Solar's Lings trying desperately to respond. They're going to be beaten back by Darks. The gold base is still secure. The Evo Chamber is not, though. Dark offering up that Evolution Chamber as a blood sacrifice for future engagements. May they favor him admirably because of this, of course. Banelings trying to saunter their way up the ramp, connects onto some cocoons and queens. Absolutely terrible. Nicely done, Solar. Couple Lings getting across. Don't expect them to do that much though. Lings picking off Banes as they travel. The aggressive table has flipped here. Solar on the defensive case. Now that gold base income really kicking in. Dark going to use this opportunity to try and take his third hatch. I like it. I like it very much. You won't be able to stay on this forever. Remaking the building so that it doesn't block the extractor so much. This is a roach warren though, not an evo chamber. Frequently placed together, but should not be confused for the same thing. That scouting ling really paying off, seeing all of Dark's units moving across here. Solar opting for the more 2-base play, going up to Lair Tech. We might see a Spire. When you're trapped on 2 bases, you're not out of the game. You're still in play. There's some 2-base plays you can do. Unfortunately, losing all of the queens at the front is not ideal for any defensive measure. Where's the wall? Why is Solar just refusing to wall off here? You're up against Zergling Baneling. Come on. He is going to hold. He's going to defend. But so many queen deaths. Resources lost relatively even, actually. I mean, it hurts that Solar lost 5 drones. He lost 3 queens. Dark has only traded away Zerglings and Banelings, which is to be expected, I think. When you play Ling Bane, nothing is safe in ZVZ, especially. But Ling Bane tends to be a, let's go with somewhat sacrificial playstyle. It's not exactly cost effective. And certainly not larva effective. It does not treat your larva well. Might not be seeing too much more of that though now that both players have gotten into the roach tech. Now, did he get his lair? No, Dark does not have his lair, and it's not on the way either. So Solar might be ahead here. Roach speed finishing up, plus 1 attack. Also going to finish up for Solar. His roaches are going to be much stronger than Dark's, with the opportunity to continue those upgrades into +2 as well. Oh, you can tell 1 Bane connected because all of those drones suddenly need healthcare. There is no healthcare for them, though. They'll get better over time. They say you'll be fine. Just walk it off. Do they walk? I don't think so. I think they hover. Say hover it off. You go float. You'll be fine. Dark pulling most of his forces back. He's got some Ravagers, probably to pick off Overlords. Oh, Solar not quick enough. Turns around back into the bile. Not able to do it. He needs to be more active with these roaches, though. +1 attack and roach speed. That's a nice advantage. You'd think you'd want to press it a little bit. Dark does have the army supply advantage, though, with 72 to 68. It's minor. It's minor, but it is still present. I guess we're going to our corners. Nobody informed me that this was happening. The Overlord squadron, let's go with squadron of Overlords, making their way. They said you can see better if there's more of you right next to each other. That's why everybody keeps all their OVs in one pack, right? Spire coming up. Very good to see. Get some mutas in here. Mutalisk, very good for harassment, definitely good for helping to shut down roaches. Unfortunately, the roaches are very tough, they're very thick and armored, so mutas, at least in small numbers, don't kill them very quickly. So sometimes you'll see one Zerg player go for the Spire, go for mutas, which will force the other Zerg to attack. Almost instantly, you'll see a roach flood. Hydras, if they have it, much better. Hydras kill mutas. But sometimes it's just roach wars. So you just send your roaches across the map. Hope for the best. Everybody's scouting everybody at this point. Dark did see the Spire. And you see the Hydra Den come down right away. Hydra is a good answer to mutas. And I expect this army to get a bit more active. Not yet, it seems. Dark confident. He says, I can handle your mutas. Do your worst, Solar. 1-1 gonna finish up for Dark. Solar does got that +2 attack coming. Just one Evo? Just one Evo, so... Is it still an advantage? It is. It is still an advantage. Even with Dark getting armor, because roaches get more than just 1 damage per upgrade. I think it's 2. I think roaches get 2 damage for every upgrade, so it is still better than armor. Mathematically speaking, of course. The numbers don't lie, guys. Mutas. Let's follow you guys around. Maybe you'll do something exciting, and I won't have to bore the poor viewers so much with my commentary. Bane's Speed finally coming up for Solar. Little curious. It's an answer to the Hydras, of course it is. Mutas force out the Hydralisk's Dark. Responds Queens and Hydras. Does he have spores? Just 1 in each base. Minus that newest base, but it's just safety spores. Not getting too aggressive or too overboard with the spore crawlers. Lurker tech as well coming up for Dark. Having Hydras, Roaches, and Lurkers should put him in a better spot than just Mutas. The problem then is watching your backline, watching your drones, because the Mutas can easily swoop in once you're dealing dealing damage with the Roaches and the Hydras. The Zerglings respond to fight the Mutalisks. Well, I think we all know which button was pressed for that to happen, but we're not going to talk about that too much. Instead, the Roach Wars have begun. Banelings stuck behind the hungry Roaches, trying their best to connect with the Hydras, not getting the connections they needed, though. Most of Solar's Roaches actually split between the Xel'Naga Watchtower here, so the top force vaporized by Dark's superior arc. Dark's arc. Dark arc. Let's go with that. Anyways, Solar should not have been splitting his army up. There was too much distance in between these two groups. Dark was able to surround that group much more easily, pick it off. +2 attack can't save you if your army's outnumbered grossly. Lurker Den did finish for Dark, but we haven't seen any Lurkers yet. There's only 8 Hydras out right now, though. More Roach Wars. The battle continues. Solar this time with a much more superior arc, going to push Dark's forces back. +2 attack, going to finish for Dark, but does it matter? I think Solar's gonna push him back. Oh, counterattack. The Roach Strike group makes its way into Solar's natural. Gonna pick off the Roach Warren. That's actually really nice. That's helpful. Denying your opponent any Roach production for even just a few seconds gives you the ability to suddenly outnumber their Roach army. But losing bases and drones for both players, we have a bug base trade on our hands here. How much more can Solar press? Does he still have the Mutas? He does. They're going to respond. Defensive Mutas are on the case. The gold base finally going to be shut down. At this point, does it really matter that much? There's some minerals here. Losing the hatch and the larva, I think, is what matters more. Roaches split up, of course, the hard counter versus Mutalisks, because Mutas, they're predators. They see straight ahead. They couldn't tell that one group of roaches split off to the side. They could only chase the injured and sick roaches away from the pack. That was pretty bad, I know. But I thought it was great, and that's all that matters. Muta's going to defend, going to clean this up to the tune of the natural loss. But I think Solar's still ahead, and now he has the opportunity to potentially lose his entire army going up this ramp. I don't really like it, and Lurkers are here. Lurkers are morphing. Do you just set up a contain? Do we have a Zerg contain on our hands here? All the Mutas. Feasting on the poor innocent overlords here. Gonna be cleaned up, gonna be picked off. The rest scatter in disbelief and terror. There's no OV speed, so then it's just a little sad, isn't it? Dark has the high ground and has Lurkers. but that's about all he has. I think Solar has the advantage here between economy, production. He's getting his natural set up again. Did he lose that much tech? We know he replaced the Roach Warren. He lost the Spire, but I still think he's ahead. Because at this point, you can sit outside Dark's base. You contain Dark to the best of your ability. He's going to make a bunch of lurkers, yes. So don't go up the ramp. Zerg players, you know not to run up a ramp into siege tanks, I hope. Well, lurkers are Zerg siege tanks. Don't do it. Just tech up. Get Vipers. Get Broodlords. Play the patient game, the long game. You can do it, Solar. I believe in you. The Roach Strike group for Dark. Surveying the low ground. The other option, of course, is to just blindly charge up the ramp with your army. Take as many of them out as you can, and then replenish your army, because you have a superior economy. Dark is only on 2 bases. Solar is on 4, and could be on more if he really wanted to. We see those 1,100 minerals in the bank, Solar. We know. There you go. Take a base. Take 2, take 3, take 4 bases. You have it. It's totally fine. Biles, not going to connect Dark, slightly better than that. Throws out his own Biles, of course. Biles, it's like scans in TVT. You know what I'm talking about, the scan wars. But for Zerg, it's Biles. You bile him, he biles you. It's more of a statement. You're not actually expecting to get any damage done. Ling counterattack, trying to figure out how to counter their most deadly of opponents. High ground, yes, of course. Solar can just sit here, just contain Dark. Oh, look. Don't know what that was. Something fell. Who cares? Lurkers are moving forward here. Oh. Solar needs Vipers. He needs to get some Vipers here. You can blinding cloud or abduct the lurkers, and then that's the way you break this. Or you can go up to Broodlords, but I think Vipers is a little easier. Mutas also wrapping around. Tense moment. Dark inching forward. Biles go out on the... Oh, what a save. What a nice save. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Oh, the Roaches, the Roach Wars, Queens pulled to the front line. It's still not going to be enough. Solar still just has so much army here. The Mutas cleaned up a bunch of Overlords on the other side of the main base. Oh, really? Dark breaks the contain, pushes Solar back, and then taps out. It's a statement. He just wanted to break the contain and make Solar go. You broke it. Oh my gosh. Either way, Solar gonna take the game with a very nice, aggressive style, setting up that contain outside of Dark's natural. Just lost too many forces trying to break it, I'd wager. Either way, very entertaining game. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.